Okay, thank you. My question is one of curiosity. If the Muslim believes in Jesus Christ as being a prophet, then I assume that means that they're revering his message and what he was. So my curiosity is one, in the Christian description of him, say by the prophet Isaiah, when he's referred to as the coming Messiah being Emmanuel, translated as God with us. So I'm curious about how you handle that.
It's a very, very pertinent and straightforward question. Straight request, it calls for my response on that level. You see, there are quotations in the book of Isaiah in the Old Testament where a description is given about somebody, something, maybe the Messiah. It says, and he shall be called, I'm quoting, called Emmanuel, which means God with us. He shall be called Emmanuel. Now I'm asking people, I said, look, you've got 27 books in the New Testament, 27 books. In any one of these books, is it ever mentioned anywhere that Jesus was ever called Emmanuel? Was he called Emmanuel? He was called Jesus. He was called the Messiah. He was called the bread of life. He was called the truth of God. All that, the word of God. Was he ever called Emmanuel in any one of these 27 books? Was he? No. So, it means this is not referring to him. He shall be called. Like you see, the man comes along, he's going to lecture to you people on the subject, 2 pictures of Jesus, Quranic and biblical, and that man shall be called the Messiah. Now, did anybody call me Messiah? No. So there's no fulfillment. Can you see? If I wasn't called Messiah, I'm not the Messiah. He was called, and nobody ever called him. He shall be called. I said, you see, that refers to Muhammad. Because Muhammad, you see in the Quran, in the Holy Quran you read that Muhammad and Abu Bakr at the flight, they were in a cave and they were almost being caught out. And Abu Bakr says, he says, look man, they are upon us. We are done for. And Muhammad says, Inna Allah ma'ana, Emmanuel. Inna Allah, God is with us, Emmanuel. Muhammad said that, not Jesus. Jesus on the cross, he said, Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani. You see, at the critical moment, when you have God with you, who says that? Muhammad says that. Inna Allah ma'ana, which is the exact translation of Emmanuel, God with us. Jesus says, according to your record, Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani, which means, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? God is not with him. He is forsaken by God. That's at the critical moment. So this is not nowhere referring to Jesus.